Beautiful day, Central Park. Something just occurred to me. I'm walking across now to a fashion trade show. Obviously, being the best dressed man in New York, I get invites to these things all the time. Actually, it's a good friend of mine, has his own clothing label, so I said I'd go across and see. So, what occurred to me is the amount of money that is spent on things like cosmetics, clothing, fashion, cars, and it's all spent for one real reason: to attract. But the reality is this: the attraction is not coming from the appearance initially. That might be the first impression. But, you know, you could be the best looking guy or the best looking girl in the world from the outset, and on the inside you could be a complete ass. And it's going to come through. The attraction comes from the vibration, the vibes we send out. And those come from acting totally selfless. Literally doing things just so because you want to do them. Not giving a fuck what the result is. So, when shit happens to me, which it does, because it happens to everybody, no one is shit-proof. When shit happens to me, what I do is I look at someone I looked up to when shit happened to them. So we can apply this in all parts of our life. When stuff's not going right, you could think, what would Joe do if Joe is your mentor? What would Bill Gates do? What would JFK have done? What would Gandhi do? And third party the thought of. And from that, it will allow you to create the answer. So, one of the people I admire in his whole don't give a fuckness is a football player. That's football with the round ball for you Americans. A football player named Eric Cantona, who, when everyone else was out partying, he was sat at home painting. When everyone else was, the other team members were living in these big mansions, he lived in a little house. Didn't care. Really didn't care. And he got banned for, I think it was 9 months, I may be wrong on that, for, I still laugh at this, for jumping over into the crowd and kicking a guy in the head because he was getting racially abused or something. And he got banned for months. And the media covering his comeback, you know, he was facing prison, there's all kinds of stuff. He literally got crucified by the media for months, and by other players. He should be banned, shouldn't be allowed in the sport ever again. And he went about in his merry way. Really didn't give a fuck. But the media around when he first gave him back was off the scale. So no one quite knew what they were going to see. So when Eric Cantona walked out on that pitch, he wasn't a changed man. There was no remorse. He was Eric Cantona. Head up, shoulders back, arms swinging, a confidence bordering not on arrogance, but a confidence and the vibration that literally says, I don't give a fuck what you think, I'm Eric Cantona. And there's been movies made about this guy. So I now adopt that approach. When things aren't working right, it's often our physiology, our body language that gives out the wrong vibration. So when things aren't working right, I just go into, fuck this, I'm Eric Cantona. And I go into the walk and the whole thing. And you know, all of a sudden, magically, shit just sorts itself out. The physiology gives off the vibration. If you're walking around fucking slumped, that's the vibration you're giving off. And if you don't know who Eric Cantona is, YouTube him. There's fucking thousands of things out there. So right now, from Central Park, I'm checking out Have a fantastic day, guys.